All right, here. Today I'm going to give y'all my 2022 NASCAR Cup Series driver lineup predictions. This video right here is going to be really long, so kick back and relax and enjoy, but let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
I am going to start off with the 00 car, the Starcom racing car, if you will. In 2021, it was piloted by Quinn Hoff, and you know what? I think that's going to stay the same for 2022. So Quinn Hoff back in the 00 car. The 1 car is a big question mark. As soon as the Daytona 500 weekend kicked off, Monster and Kurt Busch released a video. And that video hinted retirement, and at the end of it, he said, "Am I really done and looking forward to enjoying life after racing? Time will tell," or something like that went on. And like it was back and forth. Like he was going to retire, he's not going to retire. But you know what? Kurt Busch is doing so well right now in the Cup Series. I know the last couple of weeks has been pretty rough for him. But it would be dumb for him to hang it up right now. I think he gives it another year with the 1 car. So yes, Kurt Busch remains in the 1 car, and he does not retire from full-time racing. The 2 car, this is another big question mark. Brad Keselowski is under contract in 2021, but I think Roger Penske would make a big mistake if he did not re-sign him. And you know what? He's going to re-sign him. He's going to give him all the money he deserves. Keselowski stays in the 2 car. The 3 car is going to stay the same with driver Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon, the grandson of team owner Richard Childress. He's going to have a great season, in my opinion, with this new next-gen car. The 4 car will stay the same with the driver Kevin Harvick from Stewart-Haas Racing. This could possibly be his final year full-time racing. I don't know. Time will tell. But yes, Kevin Harvick will stay in the 4 car. The 5 car will stay the same with driver Kyle Larson. Sponsorship is still an issue, but I will think by the time next year rolls around, he will have some type of sponsorship on his side. The 6 car, this is the first big changeup we will see. In 2021, it was piloted by Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, if you will. But you know what? I think the Rocket Man decides to hang it up after the 2021 season, and it will leave that 6 car wide open. And I think Matt DiBenedetto, it says he's going to be a free agent, obviously, because the 21 car is signing Austin Cindric. So DiBenedetto stays with the Ford camp and goes to drive the 6 car for Roush Fenway Racing. The 7 car will stay the same with driver Corey LaJoie. I really like what he's doing over there with Spire Motorsports. I know he hasn't had the results to show, but he's been doing really good. And with the equipment he has, so Corey LaJoie stays in the 7 car for another year. The 8 car will stay the same with driver Tyler Reddick. And Tyler Reddick, RCR hasn't been as good as they once were these last couple of years. But we've seen some moments where Tyler Reddick can show that he is a race-winning caliber driver in the Cup Series. So you know what? Tyler Reddick stays with RCR for another year. And the 9 car is obviously going to stay the same with driver Chase Elliott from Dawsonville. Now I am going to talk about the 10 car. The 10 car since 2018 has been piloted by Eric Almirola from Tampa, Florida. Eric Almirola has 2 wins under his belt in the NASCAR Cup Series, and both of those wins coming from plate tracks. One being back in 2014, the summer race at the Daytona International Raceway, and the Talladega fall race back in 2018. But since then, Eric Almirola has yet to reach victory lane in a points-paying race. He won the duel at Daytona earlier this year, duel number 1 to be exact. But there you go, Eric Almirola. If he's wanting to stay with Stewart-Haas Racing in 2022, he is going to have to win a race in 2021, which I think he will. So Eric Almirola remains in the 10 car for 2022. The 11 car will stay the same with driver Denny Hamlin. I wouldn't expect nothing to change up there. I know he's got his own team, and a lot of speculation might be around where Denny Hamlin leaves Gibbs to go race for his own team, which I highly doubt is going to happen anytime soon. But who knows? It's 2021. Anything can happen. But the 12 car will stay the same with driver Ryan Blaney. He is doing really good, and he reminds me a lot of Martin Truex Jr. back in 2015 and 2016 when he was racing for Furniture Row Racing. He would do so good for all the race, and towards the end of the race, things will fall apart. And Blaney is slowly creeping up on completing full races. Look at Atlanta just a couple weeks back. He was good throughout the day, and he never gave up, and he ended up passing the 5-car Kyle Larson for the win. But yes, that is interesting there. Ryan Blaney reminds me a lot of Martin Truex Jr., but I got off topic, but he's going to stay in the 12 car for 2022. The 14 car will stay the same with driver Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe has had it rough in 2021. He's a rookie, and there's no practice nor qualifying, so his first lap is in the race. So a little sketchy, but yes, he's had it rough, and I don't think Stewart Haas Racing, Top Dog Gene Haas, or Tony Stewart, or Greg Zipadelli, ouch, will think too much about it. As a rookie, what do you expect? And he stays in the 14 car for another year. The 15 car will stay the same with driver James Davison. This past year, he did a lot of sacrificing, if you will. He usually runs the Indianapolis 500, but he decided to give up on that in 2021 and focus on the NASCAR Cup Series, which I think is pretty good because he's a really good driver. I know he's racing for the 30th place position every single weekend, but look who he's racing for, Rick Ware Racing. But there you go. James Davison, a really talented driver, will stay in the 15 car. But the 16 car, this is a new ride in the Cup Series, but it is going to be piloted by Justin Haley. Yes, I'm saying that, Justin Haley from the Xfinity Series. So that's another rookie in the Cup Series going for Rookie of the Year. He has one win under his belt in the Cup Series, and that was Daytona 2 years ago in the summer. Rain shortened. The 17 car will stay the same with driver Chris Buescher. He's doing really good in 2021, and he looks to possibly make a playoff run for the second time in his career. He made it back in 2016 after he won a Pocono fog-shortened race, if you will. The 18 car will stay the same with driver Kyle Busch, and the 19 car of Martin Truex Jr. will stay the same, and the 20 car will stay the same with driver Christopher Bell. The 21 car will have a driver change as they enter the 2022 season. Since 2020, they have had Matt DiBenedetto as their driver, but unfortunately, it's a business, and Matt DiBenedetto is getting the boot as they bring in young Ford-developed driver Austin Cindric, and he's going to do really well. I think he will win as a rookie, and yes, he's going to be in the 21 car. The 22 car will stay the same with driver Joey Logano. The 23 car will stay the same with driver Bubba Wallace, and I know this might sound dumb, but this is a make-or-break season for Bubba Wallace. Things haven't gone so well in 2020. I know they're a new team, but you can only go far as using that excuse, because look at Trackhouse Racing and Daniel Suarez. They're doing really, really well, and this is a make-or-break season for Bubba Wallace if he's wanting to continue his NASCAR career, at least with 23-11 racing. But the 24 car will stay the same with driver William Byron. And the 32 car, a new team here from 23-11 Racing, will be piloted by Harrison Burton, son of former NASCAR driver Jeff Burton. The 34 car will stay the same with driver Michael McDowell. And the 37 car will stay the same with driver Ryan Preece. And a lot of people might be a little surprised by this one here. Ryan Preece in 2021 raced most of the season without a charter. And every team has a charter if they're going full-time, but Ryan Preece didn't really have the sponsorship money, so he really couldn't go full-time. But you know what? I think he brings in some more this off-season, and he goes full-time racing in 2022. He's doing really good right now, so I think they're going to keep him for at least another year. The 38 car will stay the same with driver Anthony Alfredo. He is doing really good. I know the finishes hasn't been too spectacular, but he is getting a lot out of his equipment, and he's also attracting tons of social media people and sponsorship and stuff like that. So Anthony Alfredo will stay in the 38 car in 2022. The 41 car will stay the same with driver Cole Custer, and the 42 car will stay the same with driver Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man. The 43 car will stay the same with driver Eric Jones. He is doing really good in the 43 car, and I think Richard Petty is going to re-sign him for at least another year. The 47 car will stay the same with driver Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I think this will possibly be his final year with JTG Daugherty Racing, because if he does really good in 2022, I am pretty sure, without a doubt, that some bigger teams will look into giving him another opportunity with a great program. So, yes, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stays in the 47 car. The 48 car will stay the same with driver Alex Bowman. In 2021, he's under contract. Nothing official has happened, but he won at Richmond, and that brought up a lot of attention about his contract situation. So I think they re-signed him for Hendrick Motorsports. So yes, Alex Bowman stays in the 48 car. The 51 car will stay the same with driver Cody Ware. It's his dad's team, so I think he stays there, obviously. The 52 car will stay the same with driver Josh Balicki. He is doing really good for the equipment he has, so yes, keep him in the 52. The 53 car will be part-time, and that will be piloted by Garrett Smithley and Joey Gase. But you can obviously see on my ticker there, it says Joey Gase. The 77 car will go full-time for Spider Motorsports, and it will be driven by Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon goes back to the Chevy camp. 2021, he was in the Toyota camp, racing for Joe Gibbs Racing. And 2311 Racing at the Clash at Daytona, the road course, if you will. But the 78 car will stay the same with driver BJ McLeod, and I'm pretty sure they will have another couple of drivers competing in some races, maybe at a road course, dirt track, who knows. But the main driver will be BJ McLeod. And now you get the 96 car from Gaunt Brothers Racing. I think they go full-time in 2022 with the next gen car, and they're going to pick up Daniel Hemrick. He has 1 year under his belt in the Cup Series, and it was for Richard Childress Racing, or RCR, if you will. And things wasn't really that well. One thing I do remember from his season, a rookie year, was at Atlanta. He was racing inside the top 5 with 40 to go. Tire went down and ended his chances of a great run. He sat on the pole at Kansas in the fall. But those are two big takeaways from Daniel Hemrick's rookie year with RCR back in 2019. But you know what? I think he gets another go at it in the Cup Series as they go into 2022 with the next gen car. Now to end it out with the 99 car. It is going to stay the same with driver Daniel Suarez. He is doing really good right now for Trackhouse Racing, and I think they re-signed him. And who knows, they might expand as they enter the 2022 season. Justin Marks has a bright mind, and I like what he is doing over at Trackhouse Racing. So there you go. There's my full 2022 NASCAR Cup Series driver lineup predictions. Everybody, though, remember to please like and subscribe, and go check out JB Racing News Reviews, Righteous Redneck, and Winning Bets YouTube channels. The links to their channel are below in the descriptions. Peace.